Hey everyone. So today I'm going to be reading the very first day in my Quitting Quasi journal. It was dated the Tuesday, the 30th of July 2019, which feels like ages ago now, just over 2 years. And yeah, I'm just going to read through that very first day where I decided that I no longer wanted to be living that half in, half out quasi state. So yeah, here goes. So I woke up this morning at about 4:30 and couldn't seem to get back to sleep, so I ended up just lying there for a while, and it led to a fair amount of deep contemplation about me, my life, my future, and my recovery. I often find that when I wake up in the night, I end up deeply analysing every single aspect of my world, sometimes positively, sometimes not. And this morning, in those early hours, I lay there in the still of my new room in Derby, and couldn't help but feel a degree of sadness. But all these years on from my first steps into recovery, I still wasn't there. My recovery from anorexia started back in July 2012. And now, in July 2019, I still feel the presence of the ED mindset in my daily life, albeit not as strong or fiercely as it once was, but instead now as this deeply ingrained, dangerously familiar, subtle force that infiltrates my thoughts and affects my actions in far more ways than I actually want to believe. With time, I think I've come to cling on to my previous recovery achievements, and by doing so, I've lost sight of how much ground I actually still have to make. But I don't weigh my food out anymore. I don't count calories daily. I eat cake. These and many more wins that I still do to this day are used as badges to mask the fact that I am right now so far from 100% recovered. Yes, I'm not where I once was. Yes, I have made improvements since that summer of 2012, but I should bloody well hope so. I've been at this for 7 years. If there was anything else in my life that I'd engulfed it daily for 7 years, I'd expect to be an absolute champ at that by now. I mean, how long can I use the "I don't weigh grapes" as an emblem of my incredible victory over anorexia? The answer? No longer. It's bullshit. And as of today, I am calling that bullshit out. As I sit here typing this, I'm accepting the reality. My recovery is stagnant, and it has been for some time now. I've pushed hard to get to this place, one of what I'll call quasi-recovery. But the truth is, I know deep down that I've stopped pushing. I've settled, and I'm coming dangerously close to accepting this quasi-shit as my reality. Well, that stops today. I'm officially being honest with myself, and the plan is to document it, to 1, keep myself accountable, and to 2, tell my story in as real a way as possible. So basically, lying in my bed this morning, I realised that in my current stage of this journey to full recovery, and I mean full recovery, please note, future inevitably doubtful Emily, that when you wrote this, you weren't content on Quasi and you intended to push through all the fear and all the ED shit to reach a place of true, deep, real recovery. I obviously just wrote a little note inside that to myself. Anyway, I still only get glimmers of the real me. Glimmers of the person that this bitch of a disease envelopes and suffocates. And you know what? Emily is brilliant. Bloody love that girl. So right now, despite an overwhelming sensation of utter confusion and a growing sense of genuine terror that I'm committing to embark on the next leg of this journey, one step at a time, and not the writes a book about her journey but then doesn't eat the chocolate biscuit when it's offered to her crap. No, I'm going to find the fear, hunt it down, and follow it snapping and growling until I chase it out of my life entirely. Sorry, anorexia, I've had enough. You don't want any more Emily. And hey, the world might not need any more Emily, but I want more Emily. I want more Emily. Here fucking goes.